Hey everyone, this is Joanna Hunter here from joannahunter.com. So I wanted to make this video about self-fulfilling prophecies. And this is something that has been coming up over and over and over again for my clients lately and for some of my Freedom Hunters as well in my Freedom Hunters group. So I wanted to jump on here to talk about becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy and about what is it basically. But many people say to me, Joanna, I have this course that I want to launch, but if I launch it, I will feel like a fraud because this course is teaching a certain thing, right? So it could be like teaching other people how to be successful in something. And then they themselves who have this course don't really feel successful, right? So they've been holding back and they've not been posting the course and they've not been putting the course out there, and they've been holding themselves back. And then, and I think that's like a crying shame, because when I think about it, the person that I'd like to use as an example for this, which is massive, most of you have probably heard of the book The Secret and the movie The Secret. So it started off as a movie. Now, when Rhoda Byrne made that movie about the law of attraction, okay, she probably had low-level orders from the universe, okay? So she wasn't successful. In fact, if you actually listen to her story, she tells you how she was stony broke, and her legal team were literally advising her to go into liquidation. And so she's like stony broke. She chooses not to listen to them. She chooses to focus only on that which she wants, which is the success. And she wants to send this message of the secret out into the world, right? So she takes a leap of faith and books a plane ticket and goes to the States to interview people on this. When she's actually in the air, there's not a single interview booked. Not one. Right? So back home, it is all failing terribly. Everything is imploding for her. Her relationships are failing. Her business is imploding. She is being advised to go bankrupt and to go into liquidation. And she's on this flight and she's going to interview people that she hasn't even got like an appointment with. That's faith, right? So she goes out, and one person leads to another person leads to another person, and within that she talks about how she used the secret to create the secret, right? Now, she launched that movie and it became this amazing hit, and then went on to becoming a best-selling book, went on to becoming a series of books. And I remember this interview with her once where she was talking to another person called Dr. Joe Vitale, and she was having dinner with him, and she said to him, now this thing is its own thing. Like, it's like I've nurtured it and I've created it and I put it together, but it's out there and it's literally having this life of its own out there, doing its own thing, creating its own thing. And if we think about Rhoda Byrne's absolute bravery in what she was doing, she was not successful, yet she was teaching people how to have anything that they want in their lives. And while her life was imploding, right? But what happened was the vehicle for her life to become the success was the thing that she was creating. Okay? So this is where it comes into becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. So for instance, I launched a program called Divine Planning Abundant Profits. When I first launched that program, it was only me that was using it, right? And I launched that program to help other people break the feast and famine cycle, which is what I had done for me. But that program was also a massive part of me breaking my feast and famine cycle. Now, I could have sat there and thought, okay, well, I'll just wait until I'm super successful and then I'll launch it. But if I had launched it then, I would have launched it too late. The course itself was intrinsic in getting me to where I am today, in where I have literally totally and utterly broken the feast and famine cycle. Life is sweet, and I feel so full of hope for the future and excited about my future and excited about my students' futures, knowing that they're going out there and using this system too in their business, right? So I want you to think about what is it that you're holding back on, because you've told yourself the story that maybe you're not that success right now. But what if that one thing was the thing that would bring your success, and that you needed to feel that courage, to feel that bravery like Rhoda Brown did, and literally just put that out there. And then you become your own self-fulfilling prophecy. You see, Rhoda, she focused on what she wanted. She wanted to bring the message out to millions and billions of people. Her kind of little tagline was joy to billions. And she wanted to bring that out to millions and billions of people. She wanted to get that hands in the knowledge of the everyday man and woman. She wanted to obviously get out of her own situation that she was in at the same time, but she knew that being passionate about this message would lead to that if she just kept driving forward. But if she, you know, she was talking about how you can have anything that you want in your world in the video when she was creating it, while her own reality was not reflecting that. And you might find at the moment, you have to remember, if you want to really dig into this and become your own self-fulfilling prophecy, first of all, you need to get really, really clear. Where is it you're going? What is it that you want in life, right? If it's this, it is success. It is to have enough to get a message out and help other entrepreneurs or help other people. You know, think about it. What is it that you want to get out there, right? That's the first thing. Be really, really clear on your vision. The second thing is you have to be willing to become that self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because the success comes from doing. So if you sit on the things that could be bringing you success, it's going to take longer for you to reach that success. And even though you might in the beginning feel like a fraud, I can tell you now that absolutely there is no fraud feeling. I have tons of students that have told me that that program has transformed their business. When I launched that program, it was just me, myself and I, and a tiny little handful of one-to-one clients that had introduced that system too, but nobody had been given the full system until I'd actually launched it. And then seeing my students applying it and seeing how successful it was, I went on to launch it another 4 times, and I'm launching it again. So I'm launching it for the 5th time now. And this has been a huge part of the growth that I've seen in my business. Now, if I'd sat on my laurels and held back and waited until I was super successful, you know, then I may never have reached that success, that level I'm at now. I might still be waiting for it. So what I want you to think about in your business is, what is it that you're sitting on? What is it that you're waiting on? Because remember, that could be actually the thing that becomes your own self-fulfilling prophecy. So first of all, we need a prophecy. So the prophecy is, what is it that you want in life? What is it that you want to do? And then you have to be brave enough to pick a vehicle for that. And if that vehicle is teaching other entrepreneurs how to be successful, know that you will also become your own self-fulfilling prophecy within that. If you believe in your work, I never sold anything that I didn't believe in. I absolutely 100% believe in the work that I do. And I'm not asking you to sell anything that you don't believe in. I know that you pour your heart and your soul into your programs, but you have to be willing to step out and to put them out there. Because as you do that, and the more people that buy that program, what happens? You fulfill your own prophecy. So I hope you've really, really enjoyed this video and that it's given you some light.